to do that before I see you. Now I'm going to see you. Good morning. I'll hang up. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye. Good morning.
Hi, guys.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Listen,
Good morning.
good morning. Tricia, I'm in new seating in terms of how I'm sitting, so I want to make sure you're seeing me straight on per what I worked on with Duffie yesterday. So do you see me straight on?
I do.
Okay. And so one of my questions, good morning, Jeff, again. One of my questions is when I am speaking during this whole thing, the last few times I've done it, I've still seen faces. Now this time, am I going full screen so that I'm not going to see anyone's face? Or can I go ahead and still keep the gallery from me as well? So I can see faces and still do the presentation.
I believe that's your choice based on which view you choose. So let's prep.
So, you know, when I was an anchor and when I would do the news, I wouldn't see anybody, right? Because I was talking to the camera. But here I have a choice where I can see the members, or I could just do full screen and just make sure that I'm effervescent and the whole bit. So I kind of like to see a face or two, but I don't have to. So I don't know if I asked that one more time to Duffie or not yesterday. So let me go ahead and ask Duffie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's your choice based on the view that you choose. And I would suggest taking the camera back either yourself or
yeah, I did me back now. So I
got it.
Remember. Thank you.
Good. I would shift it just a little bit so you have a little bit more space above your head. So
let's see, this way?
Yeah.
Yes, that's good. Yeah. That's a good frame.
Okay.
You're like Madonna now.
Would either of you ladies like a bite of my biscotti?
Oh, please. Thank you, sir.
I was wondering what you were eating.
Thank you.
Yeah, and made a batch of them. I wish I could share them with you.
Oh, you make them yourself. I love that.
And I've got to bring some for you.
You know, I always learn something new from you, Jeff, because you've never shared that before. So that is good to know. Not that I would eat it, but I would give it away. I would give it to either Jim or to people that would need it. But I would not need it. All right, so let's stay on point here, you guys.
Okay, I just need to turn the fan on, so hold on a second.
Yep, no problem. No problem. All right, let me ask Duffie real quick. Jeff, we have 49 attendees, if you saw, which represents 41 companies. So, and we may have more because some people still couldn't answer me, even though I asked a few times.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay. Tricia, you're a doll.
This is fun.
I know, it is. Yeah, Duffie's not answering. Okay, I called, just so you guys know, I did call Dave this morning and wished him well and got him and told him to let us know how his mom turned out. He'll know after 4. And then Fred also sent an email. So here comes Fred.
Okay.
I'm going to do, but we got to hit on point because I want to make sure we get any kinks out.
Yeah, and so you know, when we start to let people in, you're already going to be sharing your screen and have it up in presentation mode.
Yeah, we're going to do that right now, though. I'm going to do shared screen right now.
Yep.
And Fred is connecting. All right.
So this way, when you're in presentation mode,
I was just about to call him.
You can see who you see and see how you can adjust it. So I think we'll figure that out. Right.
Okay. So let me go to member list. And we're going to go to slides. And PowerPoint.
Yeah, that's the new one.
Yep. You saw I sent the email this morning, so everyone has the directions
Yeah,
and the whole bit.
yeah. Yeah, some of what we're going to be sharing with them will be new, and it'll just make their virtual experiences with us and others a little bit easier. So that's good. I'm
Yeah.
glad we're doing that.
Yeah, I am too. Okay, so here we are. We're going to go to,
Slideshow.
yep, done. There we go. Slideshow.
And
And
from
we're
the
gonna go
beginning.
from the beginning. All right, so when I click on that, which I am, okay. So I like this because I can see your lovely faces. I can
Yes.
see Jeff digesting his food second by second, and you and your pink and me. So I'm learning, I'm leaning.
Sorry.
I am turning to the right, so when I speak, I'm going to hold it like this so that you see me front face as opposed to turning like this. Does that make sense? That's what Duffie and I talked about.
Yes. Speaking directly into the lens like it's one of your most beloved members.
Yes.
And then you have the option of moving that line over to make the PowerPoint smaller so that you can see more people.
Yeah, I'm looking for that line again, even though I told everybody.
Yeah, you just hover over to the right of the PowerPoint and the line will appear. Hover your mouse, your cursor over.
For some reason, your pictures, for some reason, your videos are frozen on my screen. I don't know why.
What video?
Yeah, what video?
Yeah, when I look at you, Tricia, and Deborah, oh, now you're moving. Okay, now you're moving. Okay.
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 Okay, so do you see how you made the slide smaller so you can see more of us?
I didn't do that,
Okay.
but here's Duffy.
Yeah. So you're gonna move your cursor
Yeah.
to the right of the slide, and then that line pops up, and then you slowly just move it over, and it makes it smaller and gives us more space to see everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you, sweetie?
I'm great. How are you guys?
I'm good, and we want to wish you great success today. You're going to be outstanding. And last night at 1 in the morning, I wrote my intro for you. So it's going to be fun. And I find that, you know, when I go to bed sometimes, my mind starts working and
yes.
I have to get up.
Yeah.
Or I forget because it's, you know, it's.
There she is. Hi, Duffy.
Good morning, Jeff. How are you?
Ray, good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Fred, can you hear us? So
I'm going to call Fred. I'm going to call Fred right now.
Well, he says it's connecting to the audio, so give him a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Deborah, so you see what I'm talking about, bringing the slides smaller?
You mean your faces?
If you put your cursor to the right of the slide, you'll see the line, and then you press and move it to the left, like you're closing like a curtain. You see that?
I wish you were here with me,
No,
but
it's so simple.
Yeah. I just learned from you yesterday.
Bring your cursor.
I got my cursor. That's set up my cursor.
Hi, Glenda.
To the right of the slide.
To the right of the slide.
Just right.
And then do you see a line pops up?
Between the slides.
Hold on a second. I know what I'm doing here. I keep on pushing the wrong thing.
Because you're connected, but we can't see you or hear you.
Okay,
Now we can hear you. Mm-hmm.
Is this necklace too much?
there we go.
Yes.
All right.
There you go. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
It's making me wonder what it is.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Fred.
I had to grab my banana and shake. That's what it was. So I'd be fortified for this meeting.
And your beard is getting more fuzzy.
I know. Well, Glenda gets the final vote, so we'll see.
Okay, Tricia, I'm just gonna have to
Ladies and
leave it like
gentlemen, my
this.
biggest fear is that the audio, I'm hoping the audio doesn't screw up like it did last time. That's my biggest fear.
So Jeff, no more, we're not going to talk about fears today. We're going to only talk about positive things.
Gonna be great.
And I already told you, I got
All right.
Ether was done. I've already told you. I've already done the BNI with 54 people. Everything is good. So if anything goes wrong,
Right.
glitch-wise, it will not be my PC. It will
And
be,
if there's a problem, I could do hand puppets.
yes.
So no sweat.
Oh, love that. What
So
a talent.
Duffy,
Yes.
while we're together, and Jeff, I know you're somewhere in there. I just want to say again to everybody how excited we are to have, we've perfected this, if you notice, month by month. And 3 times is the charm. So we are,
Yes, we hope.
yeah. And we went from taking Tricia to no, I don't know about this, to yes being the co-host with me. So thank you, Tricia. It just goes to show you, Fred and I live this world every day, and we all do, where we take someone from a seedling to a forest. So we took you from a seedling to a forest, Tricia.
Okay, if that's your narrative, I'll go with it.
That's my name. And Amy stayed true. Amy helped behind the scenes, and she was wonderful.
Great.
So yeah. So I put in the email, if you notice, for everybody to fill out that survey and to ask the 2 questions. And Jeff, if you would make sure with me that Buddy sends it out as soon as possible, so that we'll know by Tuesday whether we're going to do Zoom again. Because I have a lot of members that want to meet in person, and they are fine with wearing a mask. They're fine with not wearing a mask. I mean, it's really, they just want to, they feel that their $1,500 is best spent. Some of them, not all, seeing each other and being able to do the whole schlabeel. But I will tell you that so many members, I'm getting great response from the pipelines and how positive they are with how these are going. So, so I just want to say, Jeff, that and then the other thing I put in my email was posting this. It's really important that we post the results. I mean, today, the video, the audio. I said that it would be posted by tomorrow, so that gives Ann enough time. And then also Duffy's takeaways. So Duffy, we're going to post your takeaways as well.
Great.
Okay.
Tricia, will you take another look at those after all of this? When I looked them up on my phone this morning, they had a funky shadow on the words, but I did look through the screens again last night. It looks fine on the screen. So
Okay.
maybe it was
I'll
on
take
my
a look.
phone.
Well, I have the updated one that you sent me, Duffy, and then Buddy updated it, and then Tricia updated it into the slide. So it's, you know.
All good.
Okay, so just as a little question here, when we go through this, remember, Trish, we're going to have people that are going to come in probably at the same time. Some may come in starting at 10 of, but when they start, we're going to start our program right at 11. I think we agreed we were going to start at 11, or did we say 3 minutes before 11?
We're going to, no, we're going to start allowing people to come in 3 minutes before, and then you'll start at the top of the hour.
Right. Okay, great. And then
Do we have a
when we get to you right here. Okay, when we get to you, I'll be done doing well, right before you is the spotlights. Okay. So from there, I'm going to segue to introducing you, and I'm going to start my intro for you. And then I'm going to go into your, a little bit more about what your bio, but I've created an intro that will go into your bio very nicely. When I'm done with the bio, then we're going to go straight to you. So I'm going to keep this slide up. And we said we were going to do what? That we were going to go full screen with you. Remember that?
Yes. So you don't want to be on speaker view.
I want to be on speaker view.
Is that right, Tricia? I'm going to ask other people to do that as well.
Everyone will be instructed to go to speaker view. So you'll still see this. You don't necessarily want to stop sharing, right? But it's mostly going to be your just you because you're the one that's speaking. When everyone is muted, nobody else is going to pop up. So two things, make sure you're muted and choose speaker view so you see Duffy.
Where is speaker view?
So it's the top right. You'll see it'll either say speaker view or gallery view. And right now, what do you see there?
It just
Fred?
says viewing Deborah and view options.
At the
Okay,
top,
move your cursor.
yeah,
To view options.
top right corner.
Okay, my top right corner, Trish, has pause recording, stop recording, disable participants, show names, hide video panel, hide floating meeting. I mean, it doesn't have that.
Mine doesn't have it. Whatever, since I'm having the problem, you might want to also help just make a comment for everyone how to do it in case there are people like me that don't know how, but right now I don't see how to do it.
What do you,
I don't either.
why do you think they can't see that, Duffy? Does it have to do with
I
their
don't know.
settings?
No, if you guys, the key to all of this is you've got to keep your cursor moving because that makes the Zoom screen come on, right? You see things at the bottom, you see things at the top. If you look at the top of your screen while you're moving your mouse, or you're moving your mouse to the right, to your right in the upper, you should see something view and also something that says exit full screen. Top right. Move your cursor.
Yeah, that's under view options for me, but exit full screen is an option, but speaker view is not.
What
Yeah,
does
I
it
don't
say?
Yeah,
It
I don't
says
see speaker.
hide video panel, request remote control, annotate, side-by-side mode.
Correct. That's what I have.
Yes, that's on your view options. It's to
Yes.
the right of view options. Do you not see anything?
No.
When you
Huh.
put your cursor up there, there's nothing in the right top corner.
No, we have 3 dots. He's probably looking at his 3 dots. Are you looking at 3 dots that says?
That's the same thing. That's okay. It's the dots.
Yeah.
Go to those dots now. Press
Yeah,
it.
I've been on the dots. So my dots have optimize share for full screen, share computer sound, hide floating meeting controls, hide video panel, show names of annotators, disable participants annotation, stop recording and pause recording. And then
The share screen, what we're talking about, is that
No.
something different?
No.
Well, I don't even have the 3 dots, so.
Well, that's the 3 dots on your picture. I'm talking about the bigger screen.
Okay. The
I
big
wouldn't,
screen,
let's not
no.
worry about it. People will
Okay.
see me. Just everyone focus on me. That's what people will say.
Okay. Well, and it might be good if we're together physically, if you can just, we could just knock this out, Duff, if we meet between now and the next month,
Sure.
you know? I think
You
that
had it yesterday. We figured it out yesterday, so we can do it again.
would, okay. All right. So I'm going to use the ladies' room. Would you
Okay.
pardon me?
Yes.
We will pardon you.
Okay.
Mute yourself.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to mute myself. But...
And close the door.
Tricia, I like your color. The pink and all is very.
Yes.
very
Thank
nice.
you. I have to recharge it at night. I have to plug it in to get this effect.
It does not look that bright. I just sent you a text that said it looks beautiful. That's a great color on you.
Oh, thank you. It is pretty
It's
bright.
funny, I was thinking the very same thing.
You know what's terrible is I had to double think whether it was okay to compliment you on your appearance in this world of being politically and correct. I didn't, and yet it's a beautiful color. It looks really nice.
Thank you. It is always okay with me.
Yes, that was very appropriate, and I agree. But you're right. We're all.
Everybody's walking on, well, I think people are walking on eggshells, double thinking themselves on things.
Yeah, it's so true.
You know what? That's okay. Doesn't cost us anything to just.
Mhm.
But my wife had me change from my t-shirt to a decent looking shirt for this event.
Yes.
So
Good job.
She's a wise woman.
She keeps me straight.
Is the audio working perfectly for everyone? Because every now and then it sort of garbles for me.
It's fine for us. I think that might be your connection. So
I think so, yeah.
yeah,
That could be it.
yeah.
Is there any way I could improve that?
Do you have the Ethernet cable connected?
I don't. I guess for next time I should do that.
Yeah, it's just simply a cord that bypasses the Wi-Fi, so it makes for
Yeah.
a smoother connection. That was the solution for Deborah.
Right.
And Jeff, the other thing that I'm going to talk about too is I use a headset. This came with my iPhone, and it's some little earbuds that go in my ear, and it has a little microphone here. I like that.
Right.
Yes,
Because
me
I
too.
find that it when I try to use
Yeah.
my computer has horrible speaker audio, and I'm in a tall room, so it sounds like I echo. So I think that too, wherever you are, the sound may be bouncing around.
Me
So
too.
that's something
Yeah.
for you next time. But just
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely.
So Duffy, I have a nickname for you.
oh dear, what?
You are.
Oh, look at
Oh.
you.
Say hello to Winky.
Oh, look, the
Well,
eyes are.
that's the famous Winky.
Wow.
Hello, Wink.
Beautiful.
That's Winky.
Oh,
He lo-
is it a he or she?
It's a he's almost 20 years old.
Oh,
No way. He looks so
Oh.
Yeah.
young and so
Well,
Winky
they,
is
soft.
that's
gorgeous.
their babies, I'll tell you.
I
Duffy,
love it.
Hey, Duff,
20.
am I looking?
Yeah,
at
he's got a
the way
couple of
you want
things
me
to say
to,
during the conference.
So Tricia, we've already got 2 people waiting. So just FYI, we have 2 people waiting in the
I
waiting.
don't see them on my side. I just have the 5 participants. I don't see any.
Well, I do. I've got 2 people have entered the waiting room for this meeting.
So Duffy, am I supposed to
You
click on
should
something
be.
else?
You should be seeing them. We tried it yesterday. You saw me waiting yesterday, right?
Yeah.
And Trisha is listed as a co-host.
Hmm.
Well, Deborah, you may be letting people in, and if that's the case, I suggest you let people in now, because we're done talking. And this way, when you let people in, you say good morning, and just everyone gets used to being here.
Yeah, Deborah, I'm sorry. I don't have them on my end.
Deborah can do it,
Okay.
and Trisha can say good morning as well.
Good morning, everybody. I see, we see Ted, and we've got Joe, we've got Amy, we've got Dwayne.
Does anybody remember Romper Room? And who
Yeah.
else do we see?
And who do I see?
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm not
Hey,
gonna
Joe.
mute, I am not gonna mute anybody. I'm just going to, I'll let them know as we start.
That's fine. That sounds great.
Okay.
And yes, Deborah, it looks great. Remember not to lean forward.
Yep.
I do the same thing.
Yeah, because you're supposed to lean forward with some things and not with other things.
Right. Well, and naturally you're a leaner, as am I. So
Yes. It also comes from my running. When I run up hills, I lean.
oh yeah, that helps.
So I have to watch that. Okay.
Yeah, I don't see anything on my screen that I can change to allow myself to admit them. I don't know why. Sorry.
That's okay. Good morning, everybody. We're admitting Justin and Andrew. Okay. Now, I don't see any faces right now, Duff.
Well, they're not turning on their cameras. When you
Cameras
see
yet.
their, when you see their, there. So Dwayne just came
There's
on.
Dwayne.
A lot of people get on the call and then wait a second till they position themselves to turn on their camera,
Right.
which is always good.
Okay, we've got 12 with us right now. Now, I just see I see the 5 of you. I don't see anyone else.
Right, I only see 4 people.
Okay,
Yeah,
so what
me too.
Okay, so guys, what you want to do is if you take your cursor and you move it back and forth between the slides, so you see the slides and you see your pictures, right?
Mm-hmm.
When
Right.
you do that slowly, do you see that invisible line come up? See a line that comes up between, it's right between the screen, the PowerPoint and us. You see that? You move your cursor right between those two. Do you see a line pop?
Oh, Joe, look at these handsome faces.
No, I don't.
I see Joe and Roger and Andrew and Dwayne. Dwayne, we haven't seen you in so long. It's so nice to see our photographer.
Oh, well, thank you. It's nice to meet you.
And Ted Rykowski, I see the picture of Ted Rykowski. Roger, great to see you.
Duffy, I don't see anyone else except the.
Okay, so again, take your cursor. Remember, you're going to move your mouse and move it right between the slide and our pictures. Do you see a little line come up and disappear? Line comes up. Just move it between our pictures and the slide.
Okay.
You see that?
I see one coming up on you.
Amy, good to see you.
So you can click on that line and slide toward the presentation slide, and you're basically going to shrink that down, and so more pictures can appear. You're making room for more pictures.
Okay. The only thing I see right now is the word Zoom and my own face.
Okay. The word Zoom in your own face.
Good morning, Joe.
Good morning, Steve, Tricia, Justin.
Andrew.
I wonder if I can make this presentation.
Duffy, I'm not really, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I don't.
See.
Tricia, is there any way to explain it that I'm not doing it?
Okay, now it's happening. I see Dwayne. Anyway, hey, Dwayne.
Hey, Brad, how you doing?
Okay, you were on and you disappeared, but okay. Good
So
to see
Fred, do you see how, did you ever see that line we talked
you. I
about?
see that green line around you.
Right. That's you're on, basically when someone speaks, it goes to whoever's emitting audio.
Should I click one on that line?
When you see that line between the slides and stuff, if you click on it and slide it toward your left, you're going to allow the screen to share more photos.
So good morning, everybody. We're going to start our program. And Tricia, if, we're going to have to figure this out because this is blocking me from seeing the slides. So we'll see what we can do when in terms of admittance. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing. Okay, there we go. So good morning, everybody. Welcome to the BCN. This is the July 9th Business Community Roundtable, and it's a pleasure to have all of you who have started with us on time. We're excited about having Duffie Dixon. Duffie is our keynote speaker, and her topic is Better Video Conferencing, 10 Tips to Look, Sound, and Present Yourself. On behalf of the team, Jeff Chernoff, Ann Ross, Fred Broder, and Buddy Warford, and Glenda Broder, we're excited to have.
Deborah, everyone should mute themselves.
Okay. All right. So all of you that are with us, if you could go ahead and mute so that you can hear us better. And then the times, as we get to the next slide, setting you up for success. Hold on one second. What we're going to be doing is there are going to be 4 times where you can participate and speak. And that's the first time is going to be during your new member or member renewal spotlights. The second is going to be when Duffie speaks and you have questions afterwards. We have a 10-minute time frame for Q&A, 10 minutes for Duffie to speak. So during her Q&A, that will be the second time that you can speak and ask questions. The third time is going to be during thank you moments and successes. And then the last time is going to be any announcements that you have that are newsworthy. Now, the best way to do this is going to be, as I mentioned in the email, there is the gallery view. So the gallery view is key for all of us to see each other. And then also when you want to speak, there is the reactions button that is on the computer, that is on your computer. That will allow us to know, Tricia and myself, with a with a thumbs up that you're ready to say something. And in this case, it's going to be either your 1 minute new member spotlight, 1 minute returning spotlight, or questions that you have for Duffie, or it's going to be your thank you moment / successes, or any announcements that you want to make that's newsworthy for everybody. So those will be the times, and I'm going to go ahead and admit some more people. Okay. Very good. So the next part of this is to share again our mission, and both Jeff and I had some special words we wanted to share. Jeff, do you want to start?
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, I'd like to greet everyone and welcome you to the July BCN video roundtable. I wanted to say a little bit about the BCN and what it means to myself and my colleagues and what I hope it means to all of you. We're all going through a very taxing time in our lives, and apart from the personal trials and tribulations of our personal lives, we're faced with the challenges of COVID-19 and also the social unrest and divisiveness that we're experiencing in our city and our country. I wanted to say that the BCN is not a political organization and we harbor no political ideologies. We are, however, a community of business people, and I and my colleagues take pride in the fact that we are a diverse community of people who come together on a regular basis to help one another, share ideas, and to hopefully forge new friendships. We want the BCN to exemplify what Atlanta is best known for, and that's the city that's too busy to hate. But even more than that, we want the BCN to be a brotherhood and sisterhood of members who will spread our message of goodwill far beyond the confines of our small but growing organization. So thank you all for being wonderful folks. We greatly appreciate your support and friendship, and we look forward to future BCNs where we could all be face-to-face under one roof. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. And I want to piggyback on what you said, and that is the BCN is a warm and relational group. We are an organization that is based on building friendships that lead to business generation in a way that's organic and is natural. And from that comes the opportunity to either bring on new clients or build a strategic partnership, or perhaps hire a member because you need a service for your home or your business or personal need. And I have to say that during this time of unrest and challenge, there's been a lot of bright spots, a lot of positivity, because people are yearning to talk to each other and they're seeking to understand so that they can better be understood. And I think that's the key. And what we've been doing in the BCN is really focusing on being in the moment, being active listeners, and really listening and paying attention and not thinking about the next thing and the next thing that you have to do. And especially during our monthly pipeline meetings where we meet for 1 hour, that is the time where everyone really is in the moment and there's a lot of good things happening. So just to complement what Jeff said, we're a warm relational group. We're thrilled to have you with us. And our mission is creating a sense of community through building holistic relationships, resulting in a return on investment, but also sustaining strategic partnerships. Next, we want to thank our steering committee. So besides our team, again, which is Jeff and Ann and Fred and Buddy and Glenda, we'd like to also thank our steering committee and our volunteers, in particular, Procom advisors Dave Pierce and Mike Feely, who are co-founders. Dave's mom is having surgery today at 11, so he is not with us today, but we all send our warmth and our wishes for a successful surgery and a recovery that is steady and positive for his family and especially for his mom. We also would like to thank Tricia Malloy, working with Wisdom, who is my co-host in crime and making sure that, God forbid anything happens, we pick right up And also Mythos Media. Amy helped behind and in front of the scenes as president of a BNI chapter. She does this weekly, as does Roderick Ricks with the MP group. So we're thankful to have all of you as part of our volunteers and our members. I'd like to give special recognition to our restaurant community, to our hospitality community. Chateau Elan Winery and Resorts has gone through some tough times, even though they had a successful renovation. They're getting busier, but it's been tough for them, but we're here to support them, of course. Davios, I'm very excited to share, we are very excited to share that they just opened yesterday, Wednesday evening for dinner. And starting today, they're open for lunch and dinner. As BCM members, don't forget you get a 15% discount at lunch and 15% discount at dinner. And then for private event space, a 10%. Joey D's and a tavern at Phipps, which is a Centarchy restaurant group. Joey D's opened June 26th. The tavern is not open yet, but should be opening soon. New York Prime opened on Monday. And then Nikado and Stars and Strikes. Nikado has maximized this time of unrest by focusing on curbside and delivery, and has done a terrific job, we have to say. She was able to save money, Sashi, and to be able to pay for about a month or more of her employees' salaries and hourly, and has really taken advantage of the money that she saved for the renovation to do curbside since March. And so she hasn't missed a beat. And then Stars and Strikes started opening in May. I will tell you that the only thing that they went through is the Sandy Springs location has closed as of July 6th, as of this past Monday, only because, well, I should say only because of the pandemic, and that was the largest event space in the company. So there was not enough events that were taking place. The good news is they're opening another location, and their 14th location will be in Concord, North Carolina, in which case the assets that were in the Sandy Springs location will go into that new location. Next, we'd like to move forward and go on to member news, member offers. So let's see here if we can make this move here. There we go. Member news and member offers and events. Many of you ask Jeff and I how many people go to the website. And I can tell you more and more of you are going to the website, especially when we do these pipeline meetings. So please take a look at member news, member offers, and events. This is where our members are being highlighted and are doing special discounts or offering a special value proposition. And then also we're doing events. Of course, we want to support all of you when you do the event. Some of you have your mute button on. If you would turn that, if you would mute your mic so we don't hear you, we'd appreciate that. 4 key pillars of value we've mentioned before: warm referrals, sharing industry insights and best practices, professional development, our keynote speakers, and that it also includes building partnerships and alliances. And any events that you do, those member events are considered professional development. Next is our platforms. We offer 6 different platforms throughout the year. What does that mean? That's the roundtable. That's our annual mixer coming up in December that Stars and Strikes will host. We have our company profiles and member offers, and all of you are using your profiles more and more. We thank you, and also sending your one-pagers. The Ambassador Advocate Program, as you know, is your monthly pipeline. And then resource sharing and community engagement. So all of you are really talking very well together and are sharing resources, and we're thrilled about that. Regarding new members and returning members, now this is your time for letting us know by keeping that gallery view, unmuting your mic after I share what I'm about to say, and then speaking for 1 minute if you would like to share either your new member spotlight because you joined in somewhere between January and this month, or your renewal spotlight for the same reason. So let's go forward. As you can see here, we've had a wonderful a wonderful year in spite of everything. So in January, we brought on several returning members and new. So let me be quiet for a minute and see if any of you would like to share your new member or your, let's start with returning members. Is there anyone here that would like to share a returning spotlight? Okay, let's see if we can go to the next one. So we've got June. Russ, I know that you wanted to wait till August. Synergetic, so Russ renewed in June, 3rd year. Virginia, Synergetic Media for 3 years. She couldn't be with us today, but we'll do that next month. Craig Peters, same thing. He renewed for the 2nd year and will join us in August to do his spotlight. Key Point Signs and Graphics, Leslie?
Hi, yes, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you are all doing well and had a really great 4th of July weekend, and I hope it was a safe one. We are happy to be rejoining at BCN. We really enjoy the events when we can get together in person, and so appreciate the leadership team organizing these Zoom events. I know that they are not easy. We get a lot of value out of it. So we decided to rejoin. I want to thank Davios and Nikados for working with us. We are offering acrylic partitions to several businesses, including restaurants, as they get ready to open, and are offering a lot of COVID-19 signage for people who just want to spread the awareness to keep their germs to themselves. We are doing that in the way of wall and floor graphics. So if anybody has a need, please reach out. We would be happy to meet with you and of course offer our BCN 10% member discount. And thank you very much.
Thank you, Leslie. Wonderful to have you guys back, both you and Brent, and congratulations on your continued successes. Ron, I know Office Furniture Expo was not able to be with us today, but a 4-year member, Ron Walters, busiest tax season of the year. So he sends his warm wishes. He will share his spotlight in August, 2nd-year member. Jim Ellis Automotive, 4th year, and Consumer's Choice as well. And Trusted CFO Solutions. Steve, I know that you are with us today. And your renewal is not up, and you've been a member for 3 years, so we just want to say thank you for being with us. And then Berkshire Hathaway renewed for their 4th year, as well as a Consumer's Choice Award winner. Taylor English, Joe, I know you're with us. Taylor English just renewed for their 4th year. Joe, would you like to share your spotlight?
Yeah, I'd love to. Thank you. Good to see everybody, even virtually. See several friends out there and friends I haven't met yet. So looking forward to when we can get together face to face and work on those connections. I'm Joe English, partner with Taylor English, along with my colleague Netta Rizvi. We're thrilled to rejoin with the BCN. This is our 4th year. Taylor English is a full service business law firm. That means that we've got 180 lawyers who concentrate on everything a business might need, whether it's corporate law, work with contracts, NDA, supply chain agreements type things, employment, which is what I do, real estate, litigation, hopefully you won't need me for that, and intellectual property. Intellectual property is patents and trademarks. Our member offer actually is the same member offer we had last year, and we'd love for people to take advantage of it. And it's in the area of intellectual property, and it relates to trademarks. So businesses have often several trademarks that really help add value to your business and distinguish you from the competition. But those marks can go stale if you're not paying attention to them. So our offer, and it's on the BCN on our page, is that we will review those for you complimentary and let you know if you're in good shape or if there's any actions you need to take to protect your trademark. So again, thrilled to be here. Thanks to the BCN, and look forward to another good year of doing business with everybody.
Thank you, Joe. Wonderful job. And again, on behalf of the team, we're thrilled to you, Anita, Netta, and Karen and Michelle. Before we go to a couple other folks in June, I do want to recognize BusinessWise for their second year returning. And in May, we had Creative Approach that returned for their fourth year. William, I know you're on with us. Would you like to share your returning member spotlight?
Sure. Hello, everybody. Actually, I just sent my reaction to Trisha, so it was perfect timing. Yeah, we're really excited to rejoin the BCN, the fourth year. We have developed some tremendous relationships with folks at the BCN that give us continued business and referrals and mentorship and all the other things that you come to look for in a networking organization. So we're very thankful to be a part of things again. Creative Approach Printing, that's what we do. We print things like business cards, banners, brochures, and booklets. We're doing a lot of social distance markers and decals right now. We're doing a lot of sidewalk signage. We do the custom plexis. If your business is now open, or if you're a corporate office and you're bringing employees back and you need to put directional signage in, we do all of those things. Also, because folks are teleworking, working from home, we're seeing a big uptick in direct mailers. It's a good time to get in front of people at home. The last thing that people want to do when they're off work is sit in front of their computer anymore. So they go do things like check the mail, and lo and behold, there's a really awesome mailer there from a local nonprofit or just any business. So please think of us for those things as well. And Deborah and Jeff, thank you so much for all of the guidance and connections that you guys give us. We're very thankful for that.
Well, William, thank you. And Jeff and I and the team, thank you for all the printing that you do for us. And sometimes, as we say in Yiddish, it's mittendrin, so we need it right away. And so thank you for being there for us. We really appreciate it. Want to go to
Aaron would like to speak.
Oh, great. Okay. Aaron?
So I think this month I'm supposed to be doing the Spotlight for Hunter Recruitment Advisors, and we are glad to be back for a third year with the BCN. We are a managed outsourced service provider, and in a nutshell, we provide a suite of recruitment services that include recruiters who are entirely payrolled and managed by HRA, as well as recruitment marketing to help businesses with Glassdoor or Indeed, helping them to really reach the millennials that they're hoping to target. And then for our ideal client, for us, a great client is like a client we had in Barty Heating, Air, and Plumbing, where they had been fed up with conventional recruiting. They had realized that they had tried recruiting 18 different ways and could not find the right answer because there wasn't anybody who was willing to invest the time in their organization. As a result, we had been able to work with them for a couple of weeks, just learning their business, their practices. And what was supposed to take about a 4-month project ended up taking about 2 months to be able to reach the point where they were recruiting enough people that they could actually let go of their bottom 3% or bottom 33%. So we are a outsourced human resources provider for organizations who are looking to take it to the next level.
Aaron, excellent job. Really, everyone's doing a great job with their spotlights, and it makes me think a couple of things. One, thank you for your testimonials, Aaron. You're on the cover on our homepage, and we really appreciate it and all you've done, behind the scenes and in front of the scenes to support us. So thank you very much.
My pleasure.
And I went back a slide because some of you were not able to do your spotlights back in January, February, and so on. So That's why I want to make sure we explain that we decided to highlight all of you, and we'll do that every month and just keep this slide and add to it from January through the end of the year. So you actually, renewed in January. So thank you for that. Tricia, you did do your spotlight, and I'm looking to see.
Stephanie Wilson.
Okay, Stephanie's coming up for July, for this month. Just want to make sure I don't miss anybody. Dee, are you here, Dee Moore? Okay, Ruben, are you here? All right, Dwayne. Dwayne Stork?
Yep, I'm here.
Would you like to share a 1-minute spotlight since you returned, and we appreciate you very much in April?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Dwayne Stork. My business is Dwayne Stork Productions, Dwayne Stork Photography, and now Livestream Atlanta. We provide many services for companies, and as of late, we've been doing a ton of live stream events for churches, for weddings, for funerals, and for all locations where you just can't get people to your location anymore, or you can't go to visit that location anymore. So in July 30th, we're actually doing a live stream for a very large Jewish event, Orthodox Jewish event, where we'll be sending out to 30,000 people this live stream event with 4 cameras and full production crew. But we also just did a wedding with just one person, where there were going to be 500 people at the wedding, and now there were only 30. So everyone got to participate and enjoy it and send their well wishes and so on. So that's a big portion of my business these days, and helping people to understand how to use this newfound virtual shake hands kind of thing. So that's me these days. So good to see everybody.
Well, Dwayne, that's really phenomenal. Feel like we need to update your profile page and maybe come up with a new one-pager to let everybody know, because that's something I think we all could utilize one way or the other.
Oh, thanks.
Next is Brown and Brown. Skip, I know you're here and you were not able to do your spotlight in April. Do you want to share a 1-minute spotlight for your returning?
Sure, can you hear me?
We can.
So good morning to everybody, and Brown & Brown's really excited to be a second-year returning member. As most of you have probably heard me speak at either some of our cyber seminars we've put on, or in meeting with you in BCN roundtable events. We're the largest brokerage here in Georgia, focus on property and casualty, group health benefits, personal lines, and a myriad of specialized products. Work closely with some of our BCN members on reviewing policies and helping them procure alternative solutions. So I'm happy to look at any of your policies and help you with any questions you have from a risk management perspective. Our offering is a complimentary review of any insurance products, and give me a call if you have any questions.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. And for your 3 events that you did this year already, member events, 2 this year and 1 last year, with 2 of them with Peter. Peter, I know you're with us. Peter Weinbaum, are you there? Oh, Peter, are you there? Okay, no Peter. So let's go to, let's now go to Stephanie, and then we'll go to Needy. Stephanie Wilson, Family Law.
Yes, thank you, Deborah. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I'm really thrilled to be a part of this group. I'm a brand new member, and just being in this group of such reputable business owners is a thrill to me. I have so much to learn from you guys, and I hope I can add some value to you. I do exclusively family law. I've been doing that for about 14 years now. I spent the majority of my career at one of Atlanta's preeminent family law firms doing high income, high asset divorces, but now on my own, as of mid-April 2020, I started my own firm and get to take all the experience and skill that I acquired at my last firm and provide it now to clients at a more competitive rate, hopefully a more affordable rate in some circumstances. My services include not only divorce, but prenuptial agreements and postnups, and anything post-divorce, including contempt actions, modifications of parenting plans, and alimony and child support orders. My clients run the gamut between, the financially dependent spouse to the breadwinners. We've got business owners and businesses that we need to have valued and assets that need to be divided and children that need to be cared for. So once again, thank you so much for allowing me to be here. And if for all BCN members, my offer is a free 1-hour consultation to talk about any divorce, family law matters that you might have brewing. And hopefully none of you do have brewing, but I'm here to help if you do. So thank you.
Stephanie, great job. And I know you've already gotten very enmeshed into the organization. And we didn't have a specialty in that area. So thrilled that, that you're with us.
Thank you.
And Needy, are you with us here?
Hi, thanks, Deborah. My name is Needy Dewan, brand new member as Stephanie, and I'm thrilled to be part of this great group, honestly. And within the last month, Deborah has introduced me to a jaw-breaking number of people already. So it's been definitely wonderful. And so my background, Stephanie, similar to you, I worked for many years as a tax partner for PricewaterhouseCoopers and KPMG. I ran their global tax practice, and I decided to leave about a year ago to start my own firm and be able to offer the same quality, but at a much lower rate. So it helps our small businesses. My specialty is in the area of M&A, CFO strategy, board advisory, and of course, accounting. And as a CPA and a global finance executive, I also serve on a few company boards. And most recently, I'm working on finishing up my second book, which will be coming out before the year end. It's called High Level Leadership, Low Level Stress. So if any of you are looking to lower your stress, I'll be glad to step in and help you. And my 1-hour free offer is to sit down with you to kind of discuss your business strategy and to see if there's ways of turning around the business and or looking at different business strategies to take it to the next level. So thank you, Deborah.
You're very welcome. And we have no stress. Do any of us have stress? We have no stress. What a timely book. Excited for you and look forward to reading it, Needy. We're now going to go to our keynote speaker and would like to share some thoughts with you about Duffie.
And Deborah?
Yes.
Let's remind everyone to mute themselves. There's a few people that have it, and if you can do it for them, that would be great.
Okay, let me see if I can do that. I will do my best on that. Thank you, Trish. Once you meet Duffie Dixon, it doesn't take long to go from never met you to new friend, trusted advisor, and confidant. It's no wonder with Duffie having a 27-year career in the television business and a multi-Emmy award-winning career at that. I'm now going to admit someone here, excuse me. A storyteller, a writer, a video journalist, a communicator who slices and dices the story, the focus, and the result. Duffie Dixon shines with humor, with strength, and with credibility. Duffie and I hit it off from the time we met, partly because of my background and expertise for 20 plus years, starting in broadcast news, then production, and then broadcast sales, both radio and TV. So as I learned about Duffie and what we had in common, I was very excited to share the BCN with her and to understand and learn that she was launching a new business, Duffie Dixon Media. So Duffie decided to join and utilize the BCN to not only help launch her new business, but also to help others and to teach them what she knows the most about. She now, Duffie in her business shares her communication expertise and media experience with her ideal clients, which are corporate executives, government officials, individuals, and nonprofits. She provides her clients with valuable and unique tools through media training, public speaking and coaching, and presentation and interview practice sessions. Duffie also produces, writes, and delivers videos and content, as some of you have experienced already, for businesses and nonprofits with a passion for storytelling, as I mentioned earlier, across multiple platforms. Duffie is also a podcast host at Business Radio X, a member of the National Speakers Association, NSA, and frequently sought after MC and moderator for various events. So Duffie, it's with great pleasure that we have you as our keynote speaker.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So thank you. Oh, look at the applause. Yeah, that's going to be one of the things I talk about. Active listening, silent applause. I'm going to go out of order just for a moment because I see a number of people. First of all, we're talking about better video conferencing. A lot of you on this call are doing a great job. You look great, you sound great, but we can all do better, right? We're all trying to up our game now. Trisha, can you go ahead and time me? Is that asking too much? Okay, so I'm going to check in with Trisha because I have a lot to cover and I want to make sure at the end of this, if you have questions, you can put your questions in the chat. You can also put that hand up on the screen, that virtual hand, and we will address one-on-one any issues you have with virtual conferencing or video conferencing. So the first thing I want to say is a lot of you don't have your cameras turned on. Fun fact, that is now considered rude. We all have to get used to video conferencing, whether we like it or not. I did not create Pandora's box, but it's here. So going forward, you've got to get comfortable being on camera. It shows that you're present. As one colleague put it, when you turn off your camera, it's like going into a board meeting with a bag over your head. Nobody wants that. All right, so let's get started. This is gonna be just me showing you some things. So if you wanna go up to the top right of your screen and put me on speaker view, all right, so I'll be the one person you see. That's not because I think so highly of myself, it's so you can see in detail what I'm about to do. All right, video conferencing, we've got 10 tips. Let's start with number 1, lighting. Do you see how much light is on my face? There's light behind me, but there's more on my face. First thing I do with clients one-on-one is I take you and your laptop around your house. Where are your windows? That's going to be your strongest light. Let's work with light that you do have. All right, so here's a window. Here's the problem. Oh, I love that backyard. That'd be great for a background. You can't see my face, okay? So keep in mind, you've got to have the strongest light on your face. If you want to face the window, that works, right? So if you can't do that, you don't have a bright window in front of you, you need a light. There's my light. I do not expect you to have that kind of light. That's a video light. But a lot of you can do just the same thing. Get a light, there's a lot of them on Amazon, and put it directly behind your computer. You've got to have the most light on your face. Okay, so let's talk about background. I use this background because I think we're all sick of being stuck inside, so it's nice. It's as long as my neighbor doesn't come out, and he hasn't done it yet, but if he does, he's gonna go viral, and that will just be a bonus, won't it? All right, so background, find a space where no one's gonna be walking behind you, no distractions. You don't want a lot of clutter behind you. There's a new fun thing everyone's doing is pointing out what books are on your bookshelf and what weird knickknacks you have. Don't be that person that they single out. Try to find something that's very non-distracting, something that shows you, and if you do have virtual backgrounds, and a lot of you do, you really have to be careful that you're using those really well. That means a lot of light has to be on you. It also means you've got to be prepared if it does not work, we're going to see the real things behind you. All right, framing, and that's kind of number 1 too. What you want to do is, you see I'm playing with my laptop. I want to make sure that I am showing my face and my shoulders, right? Nobody needs to see your full body. Nobody needs to be sitting in a recliner so that I see your feet, your knees, your stomach. It doesn't look good. So try to think of framing this because you want people to interact with your face and your facial expressions. We've got to be able to see those. All right, sound. This is a biggie because besides being seen, you want to be heard. You need to practice this with someone ahead of time, especially if you'd like better sound. You see what I have? These came with my iPhone. These are earbuds, and there's also this microphone right here. I like this because my laptop sound is not great. If you're in a big hollow room and you're using your laptop sound, your speakers, it's gonna sound bad. You wanna be able to make sure you are being heard clearly and you can hear clearly. The other thing with earbuds, if someone does come into your area and or someone starts a lawnmower outside, you're really, really focused on what you're hearing. Okay, laptop placement. So we all know I'm on a laptop. I moved around the room, right? Once you figure out where you're going to be, you need to make sure you have your laptop up at the right angle. So everyone for me, find the camera on your phone, on your laptop, or if you have your phone, find your camera. Mine's right there, right? That should be equal with your eyes. The problem is if it's too low, I look sort of like I'm lording over you, right? If it's too high, this is called the selfie shot. Everybody likes it, right? Well, you look like a juvenile. You don't want that. So what you want is you want it exactly with your eyes. People in a conversation, you would sit across a table from someone and it would be eye-to-eye contact. Now you know where the lens is. Are you ready for the hardest thing of all? This is a thing I get more complaints about, but you've got to master this. Talk into the lens. The lens is your friend. I want you to think of that as your best friend right there. So when you're talking, don't look at everyone around you. Like I'm seeing Aaron. Aaron, I love talking to you. I want to see your face, but I'm going to talk to Aaron right here because for Aaron, it looks like I'm communicating directly with his eyes. Same thing with listening. If you get really good at this, you can go ahead and listen and keep looking at the lens. Aaron's not going anywhere. He's not going to change what he's doing a whole bunch. So when possible, look into that lens. It makes all the difference. All right, mute yourself. We all have been through this. Everyone was doing it. A couple people weren't. This is rule number one. And I think everyone's got it by now. But make sure you are muted when you're not talking because it's not just we don't want to hear you coughing or sneezing. Your background noise just creates an overall bigger background noise on the call. We can hear feedback. Some of you are speakers. We're going to hear that. Mute yourself. It's just a good thing to do. And then also if your host mutes everyone at once, go ahead and just keep an eye on it. Make sure that you're still muted. Sometimes it doesn't work. I don't know why, but don't be that person. Finally, Trisha, how much time do I have? Just hold up fingers for me. 4 minutes. Okay, I know I'm a fast talker, so don't take notes. Well, if you can, you're amazing because I'm talking really fast. I'd rather have more time on the back end. But if you don't take notes, we're going to have a takeaway sheet on all of this. So you'll have a cheat sheet. All right, dress the part. Early on, when we were all inside because of COVID, it was great to wear a t-shirt. It was fine. We all had bedhead. We were eating our cereal. You know, we were just kind of coming to the meeting in our pajamas. That's no longer okay. The reason for that is everyone is now using this technology, and I guarantee it is not going away. If anything, the technology is going to get better and better. I think a lot of people are learning that this can be a really effective tool for businesses. Okay, it could be used for recruiting, it could be used for sales, it could be used for networking. You've got to dress the part. Whatever you would wear into a business situation, you got to wear it. And again, you're only seeing from here to here, right? But go ahead and put pants on. Just a good idea. We've all seen people go viral for seeing their boxer shorts. Nobody wants that. And if you're interviewing, you definitely want to wear something that you're comfortable in, yet you're totally dressed. It changes your attitude and it changes how you perceive yourself. And as far as jewelry, make sure you don't have a lot of bangles, especially if you're someone who taps on things. No loud jewelry, nothing distracting. And this is the part no one wants to hear. I'm the bearer of bad news. I know we're all at home and very comfortable, but you need to shower, shave, do your hair, put on makeup as though you were going into the office. Now, if you're in a Facebook group and you all agree, hey, we're having movie night, we're eating popcorn in pajamas, that's fine. But if it's business or networking, dress the part. And finally, be an active listener. All of us are muted, but we still want people to pay attention to what we're saying. So while I'm muted, I can still, silent clap is awesome. I can feel people, you know, when they do that, I'm like, yeah, they're listening. Nod your head in agreement. If something's funny, go ahead and laugh. Again, it's silently, but it means the world to other people. Part of communicating is talking. The bigger part should be listening. And just because we're not face-to-face doesn't mean we shouldn't be doing it. If you liked these things, if you want more tips, Aaron, who I mentioned earlier, he and I, along with another recruiter, put out a series of videos about better video conferencing. We just updated that with 2 more of them, and we included Trisha Malloy, who is a great public speaker, and she goes into what to do if you're a presenter and you're doing it through video conferencing. So I hope this helped. And now, if you have any questions, this is your freebie time. If you're brave enough, put yourself up on screen. We'll talk about how you look, what you could do differently, what's great. Floor is open. I'll take any question.
Duffie, thank you very much for your talk.
Aaron has a question.
Oh, good. Okay.
Well, I wanted to make sure that the videos that Duffie was talking about, we went ahead and put them in the chat so that if anybody is interested, you can pick up those links for the series that we did with Duffie and Lashina Matthews, as well as with Tricia Malloy in the presentation. So feel free to grab those. Those are great links that you can just plug in and enjoy the view.
Wonderful. Great example of the BCN at work. How about anyone else, Tricia, that we have Q&A?
If not, I'm going to go ahead and call on someone that I've helped. Amy?
Yes.
If Amy Henkel is there. Okay, so Amy's brave. She's up on camera. So Amy and I worked together early on. She was smart. If you see Aaron and Amy, Aaron has a background he created because Aaron has something really fun behind him, right? That we laughed. I'm not going to tell what he has behind him. Anyway, we were like, wow, that always looks like you're vacationing. It always looks like you're having a lot of fun. Okay, it's a pool table. I don't want to make people think the wrong thing. So he's in the basement. He has a pool table. And we all said, oh, it's great. Like, what are you playing pool between calls? So he went and bought that screen. It's relatively inexpensive. And that way he controls his background. Amy had a screen as well, but she is updated to a virtual screen. And I love hers because she is clearly outlined. She has dark hair, so she went with a lighter screen. She has her logo, her information on each side. It's not behind her. And she's really worked on the lighting, so it's very crisp and clear, and it works. Now, if her background gives out, she still has that screen behind her, and that's what's important. Don't rely on a virtual screen always being there. It even happens to the weather people live on TV. Their screen goes out.
And Duffie, would you see anything that I should improve on?
I don't. You know, Amy, you have something that a lot of people ask about. It's glasses, right? You can get a reflection off your glasses. That's simply a matter of taking the light you have that's in front of you and angling it. You may need a little lower. You may need a little higher. You may need to put it a little to the left or the right. You don't have a lot of glare, which is great. That's probably another #1 complaint I get. You just have to mess with it. And just go ahead and ask a friend to do a Zoom call and try these things out. Do it before you get in a big meeting.
And William has a question.
Okay.
Yeah, I like what you said about like if you're a listener, you're doing the silent clap or nodding your head or giving a thumbs up just to let the speaker know that you're engaged. But as the speaker, what can you do more to make sure that folks are listening to you, that people are engaged without just like opening it up and letting everybody talk at once?
Right. So the talk that I gave with, the video we did with Aaron and Tricia and myself, Tricia had some great ideas. Gone are webinars. If I never hear the word webinar again, I will be so happy. You cannot just have a one-way communication on video. That's not what this is. This is evolving. So what you can do is you can have really structured times for feedback. You can also, when I'm giving a talk to a big organization, I go ahead and interview a few of those people in the organization ahead of time, and then I call on them. I tell them, I'm going to call on you during the presentation, but I call on them and I'll ask them questions. Hey, we spoke last week. You talked about this. Tell me more about that. Or you can call on people and you say at the beginning of the meeting, hey, this is interactive. I'm going to pose some questions to you and I want you to respond. And if you set people up to get ready to engage, they will, and they want to, and it can be very structured. But you cannot just ask people to sit and listen to you for half an hour or more. It is just deadly boring. I don't care how engaging you are. It's not fair to people. Everyone wants to be in a very structured way. Everyone wants to be brought into the conversation.
I'd like to say at this time we have a few minutes left before we end today. So Duffie, outstanding job. So relevant, so helpful. Aaron and Amy and Tricia, this was a great example of our members working together, and they can go to your profile page, right? And they can see your member offer there. We're also going to post this under BCN events with your takeaways that we're going to show right now. So let's show let's go ahead and show the takeaway. Let's see, there we go. So this is the one pager we've got as a PDF that we can email out. You can email out and also will be posted. Thanks to Jeff and Ann. Um, Duffie, on behalf of the team, our gift to you is a Stars and Strikes $100 entertainment pass.
Wow, thank you.
So that's bowling and billiards and the whole bit. So I know that they're taking care of all of their customers that come in. So I think you should be okay. And I will connect you to Roxanne and Kip with Stars and Strikes.
Thank you.
And now we're going to go to thank you moments. Same bit. If any of you have thank yous that you'd like to share, we've got 10 minutes joining us now. If anyone has successes that you would like to share and take the minutes that you've experienced with each other, we'd love to hear from you. I want to say that Duffie had, I thought that Tricia, maybe Duffie, Amy, Aaron, William, I know that some of you had some thank you moments, yes, successes?
Yes,
No?
I could go ahead. I have some thank you moments. So the thank you, I would say thank you to Creative Connector. Thank you, Deborah. I'm very excited about the project that we're going to be working on together for your new website. So thank you very much for that. I'd like to say thank you to Creative Approach for all the websites I'm working on with them. Thank you very much. And I'd like to say I had a couple successes giving Duffie a few referrals. And I'm working on a referral for Tricia.
Wonderful.
And
Fabulous.
thank you, Amy, for that referral. We're doing business, and it's not the first time you've given a referral, so I appreciate it. And Tricia, same with you and with Aaron. We've all done a lot of work together, and you guys are rock stars.
I don't know if I need to raise my hand.
Yes, there you go.
Okay. I just, first of all, I wanted to take a moment. This last month has been just fabulous. Getting to network more with Amy and with Ted and Roderick. They have been fantastic stewards of their business, and getting to engage with them has just been absolutely fabulous. I wanted to also make mention of the partnership with Tricia and Duffie. Guys, if you are really interested in learning how to present yourself on Zoom, these are great experts. We just had this whole thing with the Michael Jordan story, and one thing that was always reminded was that every night he gave his very best, and because he knew it could be the very first time that somebody could see him. And with your businesses, it runs the same way. This could be the very first time that anybody sees you in this mass grouping, and it could be the first time that they will take you seriously as an organization. So cannot stress enough to listen to these ladies. They are experts in their field and fabulous to partner with.
Outstanding. Okay, any announcements, any newsworthy announcements? Yes, Tricia.
Just a couple of thank yous, Deborah, for connecting me with Needy. We had a great first meeting, and one of Needy's life purposes, and mine as well, is empowering women. And so we're planning to present, fingers crossed, a women's retreat in the spring of 2021. So we're starting to put the pieces together, and it's been great working with her because she has such wonderful corporate experience and is very organized in her approach. And I'm learning a lot from her, and we're having fun putting the pieces together. And then Deborah also connecting me with Stephanie. We had a great Zoom meeting, and was able to connect her with a lawyer friend of mine that has a complementary business to her family law business, and I'm excited to connect them and see where that goes.
Wonderful.
Deborah, I wanted to, William with Creative Approach, I wanted to say thank you. Can I jump in here?
Sure.
Okay. Thank you to Stephanie Wilson for using Creative Approach to come up with her one-pager for the design. I think that we turned around a pretty good design for you. I hope that you're very happy with it. Also wanted to say thank you to Paul at Davios for using Creative Approach to get some signs printed for the opening of Davios, which opened yesterday, I believe.
Yeah.
We turned around some signs to him. I think we got the approval on the design 4 o'clock on Tuesday, had the signs delivered to him Wednesday morning. So it was a real quick thing. So thank you to Paul for using Creative Approach. Thank you as always to Amy. She's working on our website right now, and it is looking fantastic. Amy with Mythos. So thanks all around.
Aw, This is great, guys. I think we're running on time. Anyone else that's has joined us? I know there were a few.
Yeah, this is
Dwayne?
Joe English.
Joe? Yes.
I wanted to give a thank you to Juan with Pro Roofing. I was on the phone with Deborah actually doing my pipeline and mentioned that we had a gutter issue that I was looking for someone to come out. And Deborah placed a call with me on the phone to Pro Roofing, and Juan, who's the owner, came out literally the next business day, came out and met with me, and we're going to be able to, I'm just waiting on a quote, but I think he's going to be able to help me out. So I appreciate the promptness. Good. One of the nice benefits of the BCN is not just the business connections, but being able to use businesses to help with needs that are outside of our business lives.
Wonderful. Thank you, Joe. Thank you very much. I know we have Roderick Ricks that would like to share something, and then Steve Gross, I believe. Roderick?
Yes, I wanted to say thanks for everyone who has met with me and shared about their business so I can help refer you to your target client. I would like to also thank Russ Hall for recently allowing me to help him with the merchant services, his credit card processing. And I put in the chat a bi-weekly networking event that I do to help continue commerce to move. So if you guys can look in the link below, if you're interested in coming to that group, just click it. And thanks to everyone. I look forward to meeting with all of our new members so I can learn about them. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Roderick. Fabulous. Steve, did you want to share anything?
Just one thing at the very end here. I know that Dixie had an opportunity to present earlier in the year about the PPP loans and the economic injury development loans. We have a extension of time here. 100% of our PPP loan applications have been funded. There's still slowdowns on the economic injury disaster loans, but we're pursuing those. Since we now have an extension till August the 8th, companies that have not previously applied can, and there's about $130 billion left on that funding. So if you haven't thought about it, think about it. And also, one aspect that a lot of people aren't aware of is that if you're an individual, you have a Schedule C, you don't have any employees, you can also apply for the PPP loan. And we've had any number of independent contractors come to us, and we've gotten about $21,000 for each of them if they made $100,000 on their Schedule C. So don't ignore the fact that that's an opportunity as well, and it can be forgiven just as easily as the regular corporate PPP loans. So I want to make sure everybody's current on that and aware of what they can do. We're happy to help anybody that would like and offer that into the BCN.
Steve, thank you for that. And the best way to reach you is your profile page, right? And so
Yes.
Please go to Trusted CFO Solutions. Steve, just as a reminder, we have a pipeline this afternoon with new member Needy Dewan, Global Platinum Advantage. And we've got a pipeline this afternoon with Mark Lewin with Wealth Enhancement Group.
Yes, and I have asked Judy if we could with Mark to move that up to 2:30. I've got some pressure on the other side of it, and I don't want to have to cut that call off too early.
Okay, we'll take that offline here, but I just wanted to give exposure to our members. We're now going to move on to our next part, which is the survey. This is really important, everybody. We're going to be sending a survey that has 2 questions. The first question is, do you want to meet at Stars and Strikes, August 13th, to hear our keynote speaker in person, and that's Jay Bailey. Jay is the president and CEO of the Herman J. Russell Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship, which is in the heart of Castleberry Hills. And he's an amazing speaker. He's actually a guest today, so he's listening to this. And so the first question is, do you want to meet at Stars and Strikes, or do you still prefer a Zoom video conference? As soon as you respond to that, Buddy will process it, tabulate it, and then we'll be able to send an email out and let you know. So that's only 2 questions. And then in closing, our next speaker I just mentioned is Jay Bailey. Jay is an amazing motivational speaker, and he will be talking, his topic is plant seeds that will grow. September 10th, we have our member Comcast or Effective TV, and their Executive Vice President of Sales and Marketing in Washington is going to be coming to Atlanta if it's in person, and they will host it at Comcast at the Battery. We also have Andrew Saltzman, the Chief Revenue Officer with the Atlanta Hawks. We're very excited about this. October 8th, working on the topic, sharing about the season, how they're pivoting. And then November 12th, we have very own Monica Kaufman-Pearson coming back, and she'll be sharing how to get the media. That will be her topic. And then finally, we'll close December 10th with our annual holiday mixer, and that is going to be at Stars and Strikes Family Entertainment Centers. Again, we'd like to thank everybody for their time and their sharing. And on behalf of the team, thank you very much. Bye-bye.